One of the things I missed the most on the keto diet around the holidays was a nice sweet potato casserole. The yummy sweet potatoes, all the sweetness of brown sugar, marshmallows on top. Oh man, that is the good stuff. But it's not good when you're trying to watch your carbs and not completely derail yourself around the holidays. And now you don't have to. I've made a low carb version of a sweet potato casserole, so now you can have your sweet potato casserole and eat it too. Well, maybe we should call it sweet potato casserole? No, we're not, because I'm gonna show you how to make it taste exactly like a sweet potato casserole that even your non-keto folks won't be able to tell the difference. Stick around. There ain't much better than a sweet potato casserole on the holidays, so let's get to it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is preheat my oven to 375. I'm gonna check it out and make sure there's nothing crazy in here, and there's not. While that's preheating, I'm gonna start my next ingredient. Now don't freak out when I show you cauliflower. That's gonna be the base of this, but don't worry, it's not gonna taste like cauliflower. I'm gonna show you what to do to make sure it doesn't. But the first thing we gotta do is just cook these to package directions. I'm gonna use the microwave. If you don't believe in microwaves, you can boil them or whatever. And I don't need to know about how microwaves are gonna give me brain damage because obviously I've already got some. So anyway, let me cook these up and I'll be right back as soon as these are done to package directions. So let's see, this one says, this side up, indicator facing up in microwave. Do not pierce bag. Okay, well how long does it say to cook it for? Microwave, steaming bag, or? That's the bad thing about getting some of this Walmart stuff. The directions ain't real clear. Oh, so it's all the way down at the bottom. Here's the directions. Here's where it tells you how long to cook it. What kind of sense does that make? Come on, Walmart, do better. So my cauliflower is now cooked to package directions. I've got this pot on a medium heat. I'm just gonna dump all this cauliflower right in there. Now, if you don't want it to taste like cauliflower, make sure you do these steps. Just pour it right in there. There's a lot of liquid. And we're just gonna start cooking this down. Now, normally when cauliflower cooks, it gets even more cauliflowery. But I'm gonna show you how to fix that. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this other bag in. I'm gonna cook it down until all that liquid is gone and this starts to just almost brown up a little bit. And as soon as we're there, I'll show you what to do next. So you see how there's some liquid down in there like that? Gonna make sure all this liquid is gone and these start to brown up just a little. You can see how that collects right there. Make sure that's all cooked out and I'll show you what to do next. So we'll just keep cooking this out, but in the meantime, and I know y'all probably think I'm sponsored by the big lemon corporations, but I'm not. I use lemon in a lot of stuff, and this is a real good reason because this acid will take some of that sulfur taste out, so it'll cook down and it won't taste like cauliflower sweet potatoes, it'll taste like sweet potatoes. And there's another thing we're gonna do too, to make sure we got all the sweet potato flavor that you can stand, and it's gonna trick all your non-keto folks. So the lemon's in, I'm gonna stir it up real good. Oh man, that lemon smells great. But don't worry, you're not gonna taste it in the final dish. It's not gonna taste like a lemon casserole, although I do love lemon. We'll just keep cooking this down until it's nice and dry, and we'll go on to the next step. Now that the liquid's mostly cooked out of this, we're gonna go in with about a cup of pumpkin. Now I had just made my pumpkin cheesecake recipe, and if you haven't seen that or you haven't made that, you gotta do it. I'll put a link to it somewhere up top and down in the description for you. That is a must have for the holidays. So this is what's gonna give this the sweet potato-y color that everybody's gonna be looking for. And we're not gonna use no orange number 47 or anything crazy like that. No, no, all natural ingredients here, baby. So we'll just mix this through. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little. I still want this to cook and get heated up before we bake it in the oven. but I don't want to burn it. So now that we've got that all mixed in, I'm going to add in a half cup of my brown sweetener, and I'll put a link to that video down below if you want to know how to make it, or just use your favorite keto brown sweetener. Mix that in all nice and good. Then I'm going in with a 1/3 cup of butter. Just throw that all in the mix. Oh man, this is good enough to eat out of the pot right now, but I won't. We'll keep on going. Just make sure that butter melts down. I'm going to add in a little bit of salt. About 5 twists. This is the pink salt, the Himalayan from Sam's. Or you could use some Redmond's or whatever. Just a little bit of salt. You want to bring out some of that sweetness and make sure that this has some flavor. Let's go 6. Why not? I'm feeling crazy with it today. And then a few turns of some black pepper. This spice is going to go really nice with the sweetness in the sweet potatoes. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. Then let me open up my little bottle of Liquid Joy, also known as the beaver-free vanilla extract. Okay, I'm not using the dropper. I'm going to pour it. If I go a little bit over, I go a little bit over. It's not going to hurt anybody. So 1 teaspoon of that goes in. If you like it a little more vanilla-y, make it a little more vanilla-y. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. And then about 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. That's a half. That's a half of a half. So there you go. Give this a nice little mix again. Oh man, this is coming together good. I'm about to show you this. I mean, come on now. Can I get an amen? Now that butter is almost melted down. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my secret ingredient here. Some sweet potato extract. Now listen, if you got multiple extracts in your cabinet, make sure you get the sweet potato, not the regular potato, or you're gonna have some people mad. Now I'm gonna do about that much, just about half a dropper full. You may wanna do a little bit more. I think this is about right. But you know how you'll know for sure? You taste it in a minute and see if you got that sweet potato-y goodness. If not, add a little bit more in. It's never too late to do that, but you just can't take it away. And I know what you're thinking. Oh man, that's some chunky looking sweet potatoes. Well, that's right. As soon as I get this butter melted and everything well combined, we're gonna mash it up. So this is looking really, really good. Now there's a couple of things you can do in this situation, a couple ways you can mash this down. First of all, you could use an immersion blender. But, I don't know, this may be a little bit of overkill for that amount of potatoes. So I think I'm going to use a tater masher instead. So I'm gonna turn that off. Just bring it over here on the counter. I'm gonna give it a taste too. Oh yeah, that has got the sweet potato-y flavor. You may want to go a little bit more than what I use. It's just a matter of taste. That is delicious. So I feel particularly aggressive today. I feel like I need to get a little bit of that out. So I'm gonna just mash these up. Ain't nothing like mashing up some good taters, especially some faux taters, because you ain't got to feel bad about it afterwards. Or if you got a real short attention span like I do, just throw it in a blender and get it nice and smooth. Next thing I'm gonna do is just take a 9x13 baking dish. I'm gonna spray it down with a little avocado oil. Oh, but we're not done yet. Take one of these handy little 1-cup pouches, again from Walmart. Now, I didn't need directions for this. You just rip the top off, and you're gonna put about half of it into this sweet potato mix. You're gonna save half of it for the top. If you wanna be real precise, feel free to measure it. About that much. Guess I should have pulled my blade out first, huh? But I'll just get all these, what we call sweet taters. Just give that a good mix all through there. Now these are chopped pecans, but you can use whatever you like. If you want them a little bit smaller than that, feel free. Pecans, I'm gonna try to say it all the different ways for this video. Now I'm just gonna put it right out like that. Man, I'm telling you what, this is gonna be delicious. Make sure you get all that goodness out of there. Get your little spatula or a little butter spatula or whatever you call this thing. Make sure you get it all in there. Well, look, I'm not done yet. But I should be. I should just eat this right now and be done with it. I'm gonna spread this all the way out along the bottom there. Just get it as flat as you can. Oh man, I wish you could smell this right now. I'm telling you what. Have you ever had a sweet potato casserole without marshmallows? I didn't think so. We're just gonna get some of my keto marshmallows. Now, if you were freezing this to use later, just put it over half of it. You can freeze half and eat half. We'll go ahead and cook it first, and you can freeze it and just heat it up later. But I'm gonna put these keto marshmallows all over half of it before I put it in the oven. Just spread them out real nice, as many as you want, or as few as you want. It's up to you. It's your kitchen. This is my kitchen. I'm gonna use a bunch of marshmallows. So here's what it looks like once it's all done and ready to go in the oven. We're gonna throw it in there. I'm gonna start at about 15 minutes and give it a check. I'm gonna sprinkle some pecans on top. I'm gonna go ahead and bake that. And then if you're reheating this later, then these will already be toasted and you're just gonna basically reheat it. And a lot of people like to put these down first before you put the marshmallows on. I like for them to kind of get all together, a nice little crusty piece on top, but hey, that's totally up to you. I'm gonna throw this in the oven for 20, maybe 25 minutes, but we'll see how it's looking. So I'll let this go for a total of 25 minutes. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Oh man, that is the good stuff. Check this out. Now those marshmallows will kind of melt down like that, but I'm gonna show you in just a second, if you wanna serve it up where it looks just like the real deal, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. Before I show you what to do, let me just try this real quick. I mean, tell me that does not look like sweet potato casserole. But does it taste like it? Oh yeah. You cook it like that, nobody's gonna know there's cauliflower in there. You are absolutely gonna love it. Let me show you how to make it look fancy. So I'm just gonna take a nice couple spoonfuls right here and put it right in this dish. Throw a couple of pecans on top for good measure. And then just go all over that with some of these keto marshmallows. And look here, in my opinion, nothing goes better with the kitchen than a couple implements of destruction. So I'm gonna grab this butane torch. I'll put a link to this thing down below because there's a lot of things I'm gonna be making with this, including toasting marshmallows, some creme brulee. You never know what I might do. I'll torch this up proper. Just hit a little bit till you get some browning and then move along. And there you have it. That's how we make keto sweet potato casserole. If you want to see a full Thanksgiving meal that I put together, click this video right here. If you prefer to have a Christmas one, click that one.